Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Presenting Live Day on Tuesday, November 20th. That is just a couple weeks. Snoqualmie Casino, yeah, and we're going to have a live studio audience for the second year in a row, so you can be part of this. Yeah, come on, join us, because Live Day is a spectacle in our business. It really is a cool thing that you don't find in our business, and that's where we do the entire show live. Us, the men's room, all the music, the sound effects, the commercials. There's nothing pre-recorded. Nobody does that anymore.
Nope, we're old school, bitches.
Tickets are on sale now.
Plus, we're doing it in our pajamas, and we hope you do too.
Yeah.
Live Day, that is.
Yeah.
Show up wearing your favorite PJs, and let's celebrate.
And you can celebrate by getting general admission tickets or the premium experience package. Either way, you want to be at the Snoqualmie Casino Tuesday, November 20th for Live Day. More info, KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, or we can whack him instead, because it's Whackin' Wednesday.
Whack it.
Yeah.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Oh, even BJ getting with the wavies there.
I got to do the wacky dance, buddy.
Yeah, the wacky wavy dance.
Whack it.
Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Eric in Monroe. Eric, are you there, sir?
Yes.
Excellent.
Whack it.
Let's whack it.
Whack it.
What's he playing for today, Steve?
He's playing for a pair of tickets to check out Ozzy Osbourne and Megadeth, part of Ozzy Osbourne's No More Tours 2.
Yeah.
At the Tacoma Dome on July 13th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want to see Ozzy and Megadeth, get your tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Eric will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Eric, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Which infamous figure skater got her own movie in 2017?
Tanya Harding.
Yes, Turbot and Haddock are both types of what creature?
Pass.
If you were born in July of 1956, how old would you be today?
1956. Pass.
In which 1975 film did Richard Dreyfuss hunt a shark?
Jaws.
Yes. In what year of the late 90s did SpongeBob SquarePants first air?
98, 99.
99. The Niagara Falls empties into which Great Lake?
Lake Superior.
No.
Huron.
No.
Erie.
No. What Italian chicken dish's name means hunter's chicken?
Cacciatore.
Yes. The male of what species of animal can be called a drake?
A duck.
Yes. What did the Manhattan Project set out to develop?
Nuclear bomb.
Yes. What are the 3 colors of the flag of Russia?
Oh, man. Blue, red, and white.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct. Hey, sometimes those guesses will get you there.
Yeah.
And you might get yourself some sweet Aussie tickets.
I know. I was thinking of the other flag, but that's no longer.
Oh, that's not it anymore. Nope.
No.
That'd only be 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. But it's not.
Good job, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I can count.
Steve will never get that one.
You don't think so?
If he does, man, I'll be surprised. 'Cause I just don't know how, unless he was watching a particular show within a show.
Yeah. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm in the room, you guys.
Oh, hi, Steve. Oh, sorry, Steve.
Didn't notice you. Are you ready?
I'm Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm the Prince of Darkness.
Oh, you're ready.
Which infamous figure skater got her own movie in 2017?
Tanya Harding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Turbot and haddock are both types of what creature?
Fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you were born in July of 1956, how old would you be today?
Oh, crap. 72.
No.
82.
No.
62.
Yes. In which 1975 film did Richard Dreyfuss hunt a shark?
Jaws.
Yes. In what year of the late 90s did SpongeBob SquarePants first air?
98.
No.
97.
No.
99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Italian chicken
Whoops.
dish's name means hunter's chicken?
Chicken cacciatore.
Yes. The male of what species of animal can be called a drake?
Duck.
Yes. What did the Manhattan Project set out to develop?
Oh, the nuclear bomb.
Yes. What are the three colors on the flag of Russia?
Red and yellow.
No.
Wait, no, red, white, and blue.
Yes. And Steve, despite Eric saying a naughty word, you got a perfect 10 and the win.
All I do is win. No
Yeah, well, you missed that because Eric.
Yeah,
Mad
Eric,
when Steve got one right.
yeah, Eric has a potty mouth.
Yeah, I did. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, good luck, Eric.
Yeah,
Eric.
wash that mouth with soap.
Thanks for coming, Eric.
I'm glad you're still able, in spite of all of that, still get a perfect 10. And yeah, he did know the red and yellow of the Russian flag.
Yeah, well, the red, white, and blue, actually.
Well, and then he figured out it was the red, white, and blue.
Well, I
forgot
missed
about-
the old hammer and sickle red and yellow one from like Ivan Drago days.
Is it the hockey? Is that why you know?
100%, yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I didn't even think about that either.
Yeah, I don't like the new hockey colors and uniform scheme for Russia, but I get it. It's their colors of their flag and stuff. But I love the old red.
Yeah.
And then just a CCCP.
Yeah.
Those were sick.
They were. They're actually really cool.
Those were great jerseys.
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, Steve. You can live in the past. And, well, congratulations. You got a perfect 10.
Yeah, you get 10 right. What are you going to do? Caller number 10. You're checking out Ozzy. Caller number 10, 206-421-ROCK. Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth. It's for you, caller 10.
I just made my mind one day. I was out of my mind for so long.
Oh, well, that's why this is the tour 2.
Yes.
The last tour.
He's excited to give us another opportunity to see him on his last tour.
The final tour 2.
Again.
Yeah. John Stamos, you remember him.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse, Beach Boy.
Beach Boy.
Oh, you didn't know that?
What the hell's Beach Boy?
He played with the Beach Boys for a little bit.
Oh!
Yeah, he's essentially a Beach Boy at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the percussion. No, I knew that.
Yeah.
I just, for some reason, I thought Beach Boy was a movie.
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
When you remove the S, it kind of threw me off, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, I mean, when I had thought about that, but when you're a band called the Beach Boys, you are a Beach Boy, but you're right. You never hear them called that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that song? Kokomo.
Jamaica. Ooh, I want to make you. Or take you.
Largo.
It's not even a real place. I got so mad about that.
Oh, really?
It's not?
No. Kokomo isn't a real place.
Damn it.
Well, I've been saving all these years to go there.
Do you remember what movie that came from?
I thought that was on the freaking Full House.
It was. That's the only reason I know about the Beach Boys.
No,
Yeah, you joined the Beach Boys on the Full House.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I've been crazy, but it's from the movie Cocktail.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah, that's where it's from originally. Yeah.
I don't know how many people just completely wrecked their home bar trying to be cocktail guy.
Oh, I
flipping
know.
bottles and
Yeah. I know. If you know what, I maybe want to go to bartending school for like half a second.
And the single was released to coincide with the release of Cocktail.
oh, so there you go.
That's what it is. Oh, I remember because I'm a huge Beach Boys fan, so I thought, wow, it was because I think it's their newest song. Mm-hmm. So
And you love cocktails.
I do love cocktails. Yes, I do. So John Stamos,
Yes, sir.
he was on Busy tonight. I don't know if you know Busy Phillips has got a show.
Yes, on the E Network.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Who is Busy Phillips again?
some chick that talks about stuff.
Is she related to the Phillipses from the
Yes.
Mamas and Papas Phillips?
I believe. What was that band? Phillips.
The Wilson
Phillips?
Yes.
Oh, she was in that?
She was in Freaks and Geeks, if you ever saw that.
She was on Dawson's Creek.
Was she in Phillips?
No, Wilson Phillips.
She was also in Cougar Town, White Chicks.
That's not answering Steve's
I
question.
don't know what that is.
It's a band.
Like, he's just like...
You know Wilson Phillips. If you heard their song,
They were the best.
Yeah, they were
What
from.
do they do?
They were from your generation when you were little. I don't know. You'll find it.
Hold on for one more day.
Yeah, she is not.
Oh, who's that? That's Slappy Phillips?
I don't know. I just know that she's not.
Oh.
She's only like, she's almost 40. I thought maybe not. No.
And to
she
go back,
white chicks.
Kokomo is in Indiana.
Is it really?
I forgot about that. My buddy, he's a wrestler, Carl the Catch Randers. He's from the mean streets of Kokomo, Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a couple of them all around, but none of them off of the Florida Keys.
We are all over the road here. I want you to know this, by the way. Everyone's giving me info except about who the hell Busy Phillips is.
Well, I can tell you.
Actress. She was in White Chicks.
And Freaks and Geeks.
And Dawson's Creek.
And is she related to the Phillipses from the Mamas and the Papas? Is she
Wilson
part of that
Phillips.
family? That's the Beach Boys' daughters.
And Kokomo's in Indiana, man.
Okay, I'm done.
Wilson Phillips is Carney Wilson, Wendy Wilson, and China Phillips.
Yeah, so are China and Busy sisters.
Nah.
That's what we got to find out. That's what I want to know. Okay. Well, John Stamos, anyway, he was on Busy Phillips' show. We don't know who the hell she is.
It's a talk show.
Yeah.
On the E! Network.
Yeah. He told a very, very awkward story about provide a sample at a fertility clinic while trying to get pregnant with his wife, Caitlin.
Trying to get pregnant, we had a thing, and we had to go to a fertility place. And I went to this little room where they go in there, and they said, if you need any stimulation or whatever, there's videos, and there's this TV here. And so I said, well, all right. I turn the TV on, it's on Fuller House. Is all comes up. My hand to God. And I'm like, if I'm going to masturbate to myself, it's going to be my old self, not the new.
All right. I call complete BS on this.
Yeah, I do too.
Fuller House is not on a network channel.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a BS story.
I know collection rooms.
Oh, do you?
I know how they work.
Oh, yeah, do you really?
Yeah, I've been to them.
Oh, have you been to them? What are you, trolling around there?
I swing by sometimes to get a nap. Those are very comfortable couches in those rooms.
Yeah, so you're saying
there's not a chance that Fuller House was already on the TV.
Yeah, it sounded like I mean, you're right, and it's a Netflix show. So how would that be if you turn on a channel? There it is.
Yeah,
yeah. Come on, John. Plus, he sounded.
I'm on to you in your collection room stories, buddy.
He sounded like Charlie Sheen a little bit, didn't he?
He was all hopped up to talk about making love to himself.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Well, thank you, Busy Phillips.
Although that would be weird.
If you turned on his show and it was you when you were trying to do some business.
Yes.
Yeah. You think porno guys do that, though? Because, I mean, when you think about it, if you're trying to get in the mood and you watch one of your old movies, right? You're John Holmes.
You want to study game tape, make sure that you're still on top of your abilities.
As it were. Yeah.
I don't know, man. That would be kind of weird.
It makes me wonder how many times people have started to get busy either with themselves or with somebody, and we are in the background, like the radio show's playing.
I happened one time where there was a lot of construction happening out back when I lived in Linwood, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and there was a group of people working, and they had the radios on, and I was, trying to visit my own collection room.
Fair.
And then all of a sudden, I hear the Ted Smith's voice.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, done?
Nope.
Not going to happen.
Oh, wow, that'll do it.
And I was like, oh, that's cool, though. They're listening to the men's room. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you're like, and now nothing's happening over here.
What would happen if there was, like, you had a very, very attractive lady, let's say your wife or, your girlfriend at the time, and that happened? Would you be able to, would you try to make it happen, or would you just play music at that point?
If I heard...
if the Ted Smith or even BJ's voice...
And I'm in the throes of passion with another person. Yeah. I'm not passing up on opportunities to keep the thing going.
Right,
so I would turn up the stereo and drown them out.
Vicky, I've got to make a recording that you can just put outside Steve's window. And then right when he's about to get busy, I'll go on, hey, Steve, how's it going?
What, Vicky's going to be waiting outside my house and cue all up just for that moment?
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah, not me.
Right. I have a question. Why would an 11-year-old kid steal his mom's SUV, drive it down the road the wrong way, and hit speeds of 90 miles per hour? Well, the reason, pretty ridiculous, and I'm going to tell you why at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's an 11-year-old boy in Ohio. He's in trouble with the law after stealing his mom's SUV after she went to bed on Sunday night. And he led officers on a high-speed chase, this 11-year-old crazy person.
Geez, I used to feel bad for sneaking into my parents' bedroom, taking their phone, and then calling sports talk stations in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
that's nothing.
You were a good kid.
Yeah.
Officers began chasing this boy, officers did, when he sped down the road the wrong way. He was running stoplights, reaching speeds between 70 and 90 miles per hour. Oh, that's amazing this kid's still alive. The chase ended about 30 minutes later when he crashed into a parked truck. The boy was treated for minor injuries, taken to a juvenile detention center. And here's the thing, Steve, this is not the first time that he's done this.
I'm not surprised. And it's like that kid that kept sneaking on the planes.
Yeah.
You do it once, you get the taste of the energy rush.
And again, sneaking on a plane is one thing. You know, stealing your parents' phone to call a sports talk show. That's one thing. But this kid is stealing cars, driving the wrong way at high speeds. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Dude, I'm looking at the picture of the car with the damage that he did to the car. Oh, man, I'd be a pissed off parent.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's amazing that kid's still alive.
Do you have 11-year-old moron insurance on your car?
Yeah. So he did this before on a 100-mile-per-hour high-speed chase last fall. No one was injured in that chase. And here's why he did it. He said because his mother took away his video game console.
Ooh,
probably because, again, the kid's been a pain in the ass.
I wonder if he was playing Grand Theft Auto. And he's like, all right.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Right? Like, screw you. If you don't want me playing on the video game, I'm playing it in real life, and I'm going to run your car over.
Yeah, see, that's why you gotta play a little Red Dead. That way, the worst thing he's going to do is try to steal somebody's horse.
Yeah, I know. And horses are at least a little harder to find.
That's true.
Now, it's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Well, no, not in Puyallup. I know a couple people have horses.
All right. Don't forget Edam Claw. Come on.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of horses.
Red Dead Puyallup.
Yes, Puyallup, baby.
Part 2.
So this 11-year-old boy leads officers on a high-speed chase. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, and that's why we want to find out from you. That's what this kid's going to have to look back on as he's an adult. How about you? What is the most ridiculous thing that you've done when you were a kid? Or maybe you've got that kid, and he's just ridiculous. What has he done? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What was the most ridiculous thing that you've done when you were a kid? Or what was the most ridiculous thing that your kid has done? Your calls or your texts after Pearl Jam on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. An 11-year-old boy leads officers on a high-speed chase. Based on this, we want to know what is the most ridiculous thing that you've done when you were a kid, or what was the most ridiculous thing that your kid has done? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Nate in Linwood, you are on The Rock.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Nate. Welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
Well, I guess I got a double header because I called yesterday, and now I get to tell some more stupidity today.
Yeah,
Nice.
Good for you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I'm like Steve, only younger and handsomer.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're off to a good start.
Yeah, shots fired.
My story is kind of the same. When I was 16, new driver and everything, my mom let me use her car to go up into Everett for a birthday party, or Marysville for a birthday party. On the way back down, me and a buddy of mine kind of got into a little bit of racing, and we reached about 120 on I-5, on I-5 going south.
Damn.
And this is midday on a Saturday, mind you. And then we exited off on the shoulder, passing cars into Everett, and it ended up being this downtown runaround where we were kind of going through downtown and stuff, and I'm really surprised that neither of us crashed or got caught.
Damn, that's amazing. So you were speeding all over the joint and no cops ever?
Nope, not a single one.
How fast did you guys get to?
Anywhere.
How fast were you going?
Through Everett? Probably doing about 50, 60 miles an hour around 99 and on the off-road.
Yeah, and he said on the freeway they were doing 120.
Jeez.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. I later on in the years told my mom about it, and surprisingly, she didn't actually get mad at me. She just shook her head and went, "Wow, I'm so glad you're still alive."
Yeah.
While in Everett, did you stop at any of those bikini barista shops? They have a lot of them there.
No, didn't have time to stop. Eventually, I stopped the race when he and I kind of played chicken on each other on one of the off streets, and ended up both of us almost going into a ditch.
Yeah. That'll do it to you. Well, good for you, Nate. Good for you that you're still alive, and you in some situation you realize, okay, I need to stop this right now, because that 11-year-old kid, he did not do that as he crashed into a car and he got some injuries. He's alive, but he's now at a juvenile. He's a juvenile D, is what he is, detention kid.
I like this text. My son is 3.5, and he's been potty trained for a while. While I was on the phone last week with a potential employer, he decided towards the end of my call to run in and tell me he had to poop. I was wrapping up the conversation saying how I would see them on Tuesday for an interview, and he's screaming in the background, "Mom, I said I have to poop." I ended up getting the job.
Oh, really? Oh, that's fun. They probably thought, all right, that's a fun way to see. It's a whole different world, being able to do work out of your home, interviews out of your home, and you have those things happen in the background. I would be so frustrated at my kids, but it's a whole different world. They allow that.
This story's nuts from Christy B. She says, when I was 12 years old, I stole my mom's ATM card. I took a few buses from the Renton Highlands to Canada. They didn't catch me for 9 days.
Whoa.
Wow. 12 years old and you're off in Canada by yourself?
Man.
For 9 days?
Yeah, see, you know what? Back in the day, they weren't checking cards. You swipe that baby or whatever. Though, you know, who has an ATM card at that age that no one's checking? But she's had 9 days, she survived that, baby.
It's impressive.
206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. Rebus in Tacoma, you are on the Rock.
Hey guys, so when I was 2 years old, my parents were in the hospital because my mom was giving birth, and my aunt was washing dishes and looking out the back window, and she realized that I was about to go down our slide on my tricycle, and I was 2.
There you go.
And so she ran out there and pretty much clotheslined me as I was flying off the slide. And, she caught me and she locked up the wagon in the garage, went back to doing dishes, and she looks up again, and I'm going down on a wagon. And she went sprinting back out there and caught me a second time. And she pretty much cursed me later on in life and said, okay, I hope you have kids just like you. And it turns out I do, because I've got a 16-year-old and an 8-year-old, and both of them, when they were in preschool, got caught doing the exact same thing. And and they had never heard the story from me. It's just, I guess we all have like thrill seeker blood in us or something. But my wife pulled up to the preschool at one point and saw my son just taking off on a wagon going down this thing, and she was like, oh, he is obviously Rich's kid.
Obviously. The apple does not fall too far. I mean, that's what you got to look at yourself. If your kid is doing that kind of crazy stuff, you got to, like, for instance, this woman who's got the 11-year-old in Ohio, it's either her or the father. Who's the crazy one, because it's in your blood, baby. It's not like this kid is an aberration. Usually there's somebody in the husband or the wife. They're the ones, the mom or dad.
Maybe he's just pissed off mom took the game console.
Yeah, but
he was trying to go to GameStop.
But see, I got pissed off when my family took stuff from me. I used to take Joey's games away. He didn't ever take the car and go on a high-speed chase.
Yeah, I know. And when I would get pissed at my parents, I tried threatening to run away, and my dad called me on my bluff and helped pack for me. And I love that story. That was the time where I realized, okay, I'm not going to be able to pull these kind of things over my dad's eyes.
Yeah, he just pulls the suitcase out. Dude, you don't know what I'm going to do with this room. Seriously, please go.
Well, in all fairness, he probably also recognized that I wasn't doing a very good job of packing if I indeed was planning on running away, because all I took was my Bee Gees record player. And it was one of those like foldable ones that looks like a suitcase.
Yes.
And I folded that closed, and that was my suitcase. I was running away with just my Bee Gees record player.
Well, but you know what? That was all you needed, right? Really?
No, he's like, you need clothes too. So he packed a bag for me, and he's like, all right, now get out.
That's so awesome.
And I don't want to go.
You're like, wait a minute.
This is a bad idea.
Wait, you're supposed to be upset. You're not supposed to be happy I'm leaving. Oh, you don't know, son.
And shut up and do your chores, okay?
Yeah. All right, fine.
I know your son's in the room.
Oh, really?
Joey D.
The birthday boy.
Nuts.
30 years old. 30 years of his shenanigans.
And this is a great story from when we first moved to Seattle.
I like your confidence. You're already like, this is a great story.
Oh, it is. So we were young enough that my dad hired a babysitter, but I was in that mode where, I'm too old for a babysitter. I don't need a babysitter kind of thing for me and my sister.
He might have been like 10 or 11, by the way, when we first moved here.
Yeah. And so it's our next door neighbor, and she comes over, and my dad goes, all right, she's in charge. She's got all the power. Do what she says. She's really nice. She'll play games with you. So they leave. All she wants to do is watch TV, doesn't want to play any board games with us. So I go, well, are you going to play or what? And she goes, no, I'm in charge. So I walk downstairs to the closet. I open our closet, take her jacket, and I go, well, if you're in charge, what are you going to do about your jacket? Open the front door and throw it out.
No.
She comes screaming down the stairs. She says, you can't do that. I'm going to tell your father. Walks outside. As she walks outside, I slam the door, lock it, and I go, who's in charge now?
I'll show her.
She did not get back in the house. She never came back.
Wait, she just left?
She left.
Well, that's cool. You gave her a jacket so she could leave.
Oh, yeah. My dad comes home, sees me just on the couch watching TV with my sister. She's, where's the babysitter? And I'm like, she's where she belongs, back at home.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Did you ever talk to the babysitter after
Yes.
that? And how'd that go?
She said, he locked me out of your house. I'm like, what is happening?
It'd be great if you're like, well, how many hours were you there? Okay, I'm only going to pay you for those. Did you pay her?
No, I don't think I did, because I'm like, how do you get locked out of the house by my 10-year-old? What the hell's wrong with you? I mean, seriously, I was like, how do you do that? What are you, nuts?
She's probably not expecting that the kid's going to lock her out of the house.
Well, you got to be better than that. You got to have brains in your head to know that there are diabolical kids out there. You
Oh, so this was a test, and she failed it.
Oh, she totally failed. She was done. Yeah, I was mad at Joe, but I was mad at her going, how did you get outsmarted by that little chump? That's when my wife and I knew, we have problems with this kid. This kid is a mastermind. He's he's like a supervillain.
Future babysitter's like, here's a key, wear this around your neck.
Yeah,
At no point do you want to leave this alone.
It turns out, I guess she really wasn't a great babysitter, but we didn't know. Like,
well, how do you know until she could have been the best babysitter?
They never had any problems with anybody else their whole life, but this one obviously saying, I got the power, I'm not going to play games with you, because she's supposed to entertain them, and she didn't do it. So...
Well, it sounds pretty entertaining when you locked her out.
Oh, I had the biggest smirk on my face when they came home. I didn't care if I got in trouble. I was so amused that I had won the battle.
I don't know where you get that from. I have no idea where you get this idea from. Where you don't get along with people. All right. Somehow Gary Busey, you remember that guy, right, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Somehow Gary Busey, he was able to make a weird trend even weirder. Yeah, you're going to hear from Gary at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports in one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, so total costs, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.